started with 10 families who had loved ones on both of the planes, in the towers on business trips, in the plane that went down in Pennsylvania, as well as in the Pentagon, in the plane and there on the ground as a survivor. So we did that for a number of years, and that's a collaboration we continue to enjoy with them, as they do call us periodically for some collaboration and consultation. Our most recent collaboration is one that we're particularly excited about. Forgot to bring you the poster, and that's with Sesame Street. They did a special PBS movie recently, gosh, it was about a month ago, with Katie Couric, and it was during, oh, it's in your packet, thank you. Here it is, Elmo. And I don't know who the girl in the red blue is, but anyway.
Rosie.
So, what's her name?
Rosie.
Rosie, okay. I have 2 new grandsons, I've got to learn this stuff. So as you can see, we're one of 5 organizations around the country that are involved in this effort. We're going to be doing, we're in the midst of doing research. Again, as I said, this is a relatively new field, so you know how much credibility do you have if you don't have a lot of research out there backing up what you're doing. And the fact that they were willing to do this is very exciting for us. Katie Couric, as you may remember, lost her husband and had 2 little girls when he died. So she was a good person to host this, and we're very proud to be part of this endeavor. Thank you for finding that. I guess really what I would like to say is just establishing a relationship with the village. As I said, we'd like to make this a long-term home. It would be very important to us. We do serve the population here, and we'd like to expand that partnership with the sub-community here in Riverwoods and in Deerfield, and that is the community of grieving people, because there's a lot of them right here that you're not even aware of. And you could certainly help us do that. We're looking and asking for support of somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 as general operating support for Willow House, and we would be most grateful for your consideration. And I guess it's a good time for questions.
How much space do you have?
We have 4,000 square feet.
And which condo?
We're in 302 Saunders. We're in the middle, suite 200.
Saunders and East Corporate Park, right across from Baxter.
The reason we have so much space is really because of the groups. When we have groups, we break them out into different rooms. So we need to have space where you could put the littles, as we call them, that's 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, together with 2 facilitators. And I should add that we have over 100 facilitators who are volunteers that we've trained. We do a 20-hour training, and we have a wonderful new volunteer right here from Riverwoods. We've had others here, and we have several from Deerfield as well. But when we're doing our groups, you know, it's not like we crowd together in one room. Up in Libertyville, we use, thanks to the Lutheran Church, we use the Holy Cross Lutheran Church in Libertyville. In Arlington Heights, we use the First Presbyterian Church. We've had relationships, collaborations with them for many, many years. In the city, we use Anshe Emet Synagogue. And here we use our own space for the survivors of suicide. I keep saying we need to find a mosque to make sure we cover all of the various religions. But, and in Libertyville, as an example, we average 50 family members when we meet up there. So if you think about 50 family members, children and adults coming, and we're dividing them up into 10 groups, we need 10 rooms up there. And that's why we do utilize that space, making the most of it. One of the first things we did when we moved here was Stephanie got us into the Chamber of Commerce. And we have some kind of event coming up.
We're hosting the Business After Hours on the 19th, so we're all cordially invited to attend between 5 and 7. If you'd like to check out our space and see. We brought samples of some of the children's artwork. It's pretty self-explanatory, but this is probably my favorite piece because it says in 2 little words what one of our grieving children felt at the loss of say pictures worth 1,000 words. I think our children's artwork has at least 1,000,000 in one piece.
So I'll add a couple of others to this. And this is an example of what we do when we have groups, because you can't just sit and expect children to talk to you one-on-one. What we do is we address the concerns that they have, and we give them opportunities to talk about how they're feeling. Because in this country, we do a great job of being death avoidant. Nobody likes to talk about it. Nobody knows what to say when somebody dies. I happen to work with the parents whose children have died in their group. Most of them don't have the same friends anymore because people are uncomfortable being around them. And that includes their own family members. So they go into isolation not only in their grief, but in the fact that people aren't comfortable around them. So imagine young children who also go into isolation because who wants to hear about that at school? Who are they going to go to and talk to? Because if they bring it up to mommy that they miss their daddy, mommy cries. So this is a place where they can safely express those feelings and find out that they're not alone. We've had kids literally skip out of groups saying, Mom, there's another kid from my school and his dad died too. I mean, it sounds weird, but they're happy to know that they're not alone. And so Willow House can bring them together. I don't know if you can see this, but this was a 7-year-old girl whose brother was drowning, and Dad went to save him, and Dad and her brother drowned, trying to save him. And when we asked the question, how did you feel when they died, this is her drawing. She's 7.
Another common concept that comes up when we talk to kids about their feelings when their loved one died is, in addition to confusion, there's also a lot of anger. I think as adults we feel that, but as kids, they can articulate it so much better.
I love that. It's so angry. And it is a normal reaction, but they hold it down because where is it safe to say I'm really mad at my dad for dying on me? He's not here for my graduation. He's not going to be here to walk me down the aisle, et cetera, et cetera. And lastly, this one, which we use this in our school presentations in particular because this was a 10-year-old who was asked how the death affects his life in school. And I don't know if you can see his face is like flaming red, and he shows this math test with an F on it, and he's screaming in the background, or the teacher's screaming at him in the background. And these kids really go through this. And they have teachers who don't know any better who will say, she should be fine now. Her mom died 6 weeks ago. She should be over this. And those are well-intentioned, caring people. They just don't know any better. Because 6 weeks is really just the start of the process for them.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, someone else changed
And
their
you are looking for how much?
Anywhere within $5,000 to $10,000 would be great. Well, you just got 16. Some people don't think we didn't know. And my development director turns to me and goes, I know what they can do.
Thanks for that. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
doing
so
this
much.
time.
Very good. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we give them $7,500.
Second.
What'd you say?
$7,500. It sounds like it's a wonderful organization.
We're leaving. And we hope you will come when the chamber comes. Thank you.
Any discussion? We have a motion to second. Any discussion? Have a roll call, vote, please.
Trustee Chamberlain.
Aye.
Trustee Haber.
Aye.
Trustee Kumjian.
Aye.
Trustee Masterson.
Aye.
Trustee Svato. Aye. Carries.
So be it.
Sure, open the
Yeah, open the window.
Wait, go back.
Stick your head up.
Come back.
That's okay. We'll send them a check.
They may be listening out the window.
Discussion of culvert replacement policy